Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Yeah. What up, A2D family? Sweet 16 is popping. It's yes, PSG on A2D.
Yes, sir.
You riding with us, we riding with you. You ride with us, get on the A2D bus before you get left off.
Okay, I like it.
Because like the Phillies and Reese, A2D is about to pop off.
Okay.
Skyrocket. Holla at your boy. But listen, man. UNC's playing right now, playing Auburn Sweet 16.
Tough game, man.
The Chump Devils play at 9:39. They should be lucky.
9:39 people of the world. First of all, family, how is everybody going tonight?
Dude, I swear he feel like he went there, man.
Listen, I just want to say.
Like, he didn't even clean the bathrooms there. Like,
Silencio. I just want to first make a special
You never wear blue either.
Listen, man, it's in my heart, okay? It's in my heart, bro. I bleed blue, okay? It's all in my veins. 9:39 p.m., you will see the show. Duke Blue Devils all day. Zion and the boys. W tonight. Let's get to Elite 8. Let's go Big Blue. We're doing it big.
Let's get to the poll question. It's not, like I said, we kind of flip things up. It's not even really a poll question right now. It's just really if you ride or if you don't.
Right.
Either it's a yes or no question. As simple as that. Questions, the worst thing you can, when we pose a question to you, the worst thing you can say is say no.
Right.
So we pretty much put it out there after the fleecing, steal, theft, robbery that Howie Roseman has done to the Chicago Bears, and rightfully so that he wasn't in their plans. They weren't going to pay him. To get Jordan Howard for a sixth, possibly a fifth round pick in 2020's draft for what he can contribute to this team this year as far as being a short yardage back, first and second down runner. Now are the Eagles the top 2, 3, maybe even the top offense, not in the NFC, but are we saying in the NFL?
I mean, right now, honestly, on paper, I would say top 3. I mean, you bring in first of all, you bring back Deshaun to take the top off. You have the best, I'm gonna say the best tight end tandem in the league at your disposal with Ertz and Goddard. Then you have Jeffrey, and he's doing his thing with the possession. He's hard to stop one-on-one. And then now, fast forward, and I'm sorry, before we do that, we have Carson Wentz, a healthy Carson Wentz that has time to prepare and get ready for the season. And then fast forward, you bring in a running back that has had over 1,000 yards seasons twice. Right. You know, and he can carry the rock. He can tote the rock. And the thing is, and what people need to understand is, coming here, he doesn't have to do a lot. Okay?
No, he doesn't.
Before when he was with the Bears, before they added Cohen, they depend on him a lot. He had to carry the rock a lot and tote it. So, but now coming here, he's going to be in the committee, and he's going to be the guy who's going to basically fulfill the blunt role, if you will. Right. He's a guy at 24 years old. I mean, listen, you got a guy that has not that much tread on the tires. 24 years old, he still has his will. He still has something to prove because last year, as you know, Cohen took a lot of the carries. He didn't get a lot of carries. So you got a guy that wants to prove. He's on his last year of his deal. This is a prove-it deal for him. So he's going to come into this year in this offense that's very creative, that's going to put him in the right spot. It's just magic, man. It's magic. Howie's at it again. Joe's at it again. It's a great – now, we discussed it. We have been leading up to it the last couple of weeks. We've been saying it's probably going to happen. But the fact that it happened, the fact that Howie got it done for basically a bag of donuts is just a beautiful thing.
I don't think we were talking about –
No, we talked about it.
We mentioned Jordan Howard, but I think we talked more about – even the A2D family of shows who preferably focus on the Eagles – we talked about just the lack of what we were doing at the running back position. And now that kind of is halfway answered. And I want to pose this to the family out there, to our followers, Nikki Stees and Dave Larosky, even though you're a Rams fan, but all of them. Middlebrook, Johnny Burrs, I want to hear y'all. So now that we got Howard, does this mean where do we go at 25? Do we still go Jacobs if he's there? Is that definitely out? Or do now, because you have Jordan Howard, do you come back and you say, hey, at pick 53, or I think they have 54 and 57, or 53 and 57, something like that.
Right.
Do you go Darrell Henderson with the second pick, who is the kid out of Memphis? Because this is one thing that Jordan Howard doesn't do.
Right. doesn't catch the ball.
Out
of backfield.
He doesn't catch the ball out of the backfield as we have seen.
Right.
Because not only does Peterson just do the dump offs and the screens, but he may actually put Sproles out there on a route, on a slant route, or on an out route. I haven't seen Jordan Howard do that. And credit goes to Elliott Short-Parks, if I'm not mistaken. He says, don't get me wrong, the Jordan Howard is nice, but pretty much now it's the same thing with LeGarrette Blount, because when he's on the field, now it's a tell. Now it's a tell. Like he's going.
Yeah, but I seen him. I watched a little bit on him last night, and I seen him catch 2 screens. Well, one screen with his hands and take it about 40, and I seen him take another one over the middle, which he caught with his hands, right? And I seen 2 different occasions where he caught with his hands. So Pete's right, not the guy we're used to,
right?
Essentially, but I think people don't give him enough. Like, he's not great out of the backfield,
right.
but it's all about opportunities too.
Exactly. And you put him in, and the thing is, in our offense, what people understand is, Dougie P's going to put him in the right position.
Right.
So don't be surprised if you see a little more, him coming out of the backfield, whether it be a flat, whether it be a screen,
right.
Whether it be him coming out, a swing pass. You'll see some of that things. But just to piggyback on what you said earlier, being that we did add Jordan, I'm just going to be honest with you. I see the Eagles going defense. I feel that with that 25 pick, even if Jacobs is there, man. I mean,
you may have to pass on him. Yeah.
Even when Jacobs there. If Grady Williams is there, let me finish. If
Grady
Williams is there, the cornerback from LSU, don't be surprised.
I think he's going to 20 though. I think he's going to Pittsburgh.
Or if Wilkins is there from Clemson, don't be surprised they picked him up.
I think he's going too. Because
hopefully he's not.
The reason I say that is because there's rumors, like Lee Bryce said, there's rumors going around about me and you that the Colts and the Eagles are in on the same player, and it may be Christian Wilkins. And even though the Colts pick behind us, they have more draft capital. Maybe they come up and draft. Right. So let me pose – there's 2 things I want to get to. So let me pose this question to you first. When we talk about Jordan Howard, the biggest thing is, if I'm not mistaken, Nagy and Peterson both came from similar systems under Andy Reid.
Right.
So how does he not fit Chicago, but he fits our system? And I think the reason for that is because who our running backs coach is. That's the biggest difference in Deuce.
Absolutely.
And we've already done it with LeGarrette. So for those Bears fans who's like, why did we trade him and we got nothing for him? Listen, the same thing I sat here and said, I'll say it here now. I'm not sure what his contract is. I've talked about
one more year.
I'm about to ruffle a lot of feathers, but I talked about this with Zach Ertz. If he's not, if a player is on the last year of their deal and the talent level does not that of a quarterback, and he's not, every offer's on the table. But it showed you right there when they got a 3rd and 5th for AB. You can't give up more than a 4th or a 5th for Jordan Howard. That's why I don't see why Cleveland's holding on to Duke Johnson by the balls like they're going to get a 2nd or 3rd round pick. That's not going to happen.
I think they're waiting. They're holding out to see what happens.
That's not going to happen.
I agree with you, but I think they're holding out to see what happens going forward. Again, back to Jordan Howard. I mean, it's just to have him in his offense, man. It makes so much sense on so many levels because the fact. He's great in between the tackles, man. People don't realize how good this kid can run.
And what's going to happen?
Hey, closer, right?
Yeah,
we talk about LeGarrette.
He
made a good point about LeGarrette. This is why he fits us, because we're going to throw to get leads on your ass, and then we're going to pound it down your throat to close it. He's got a great one cut and go if you watch anything on him, so people can please.
Good at the concept.
Yeah, people can please at me about this. This is the best offense in football if healthy. There ain't a better one in football.
Keyword, if healthy.
If healthy.
And now this is the biggest thing with the addition of Deshaun.
Right.
With Zach Ertz and Doug Peterson coming out during the owner meetings and saying that he wants to try to do more 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, right? With Deshaun and Alshon on the outside and Nelson in the slot. What's that going to mean for that type of box? What kind of box is Jordan Howard going to see?
Listen, you got to pick your poison. I mean, you still got Deshaun.
You see what I'm saying?
You got to worry about Deshaun. You got to worry about Jeffrey. You still got the tight ends. I mean, and then don't forget, we signed Rodgers too. So we can go 3 tight ends.
Yeah.
Along with Howard and along with Jackson on the outside. So there's so many things that we can do at our disposal, man. There's so many weapons. You got to pick your poison going forward.
And that's why we said it. Are the Eagles one of the top, if not the top offense in the NFL? Not just the NFC, but in the NFL.
I mean, yeah, you could say, okay, Dallas is in there when they're healthy. I mean, with everything
as
they have
top,
with Zeke.
I don't think there's
they're top 5. I mean, when their line is healthy.
But they're one-dimensional.
Who are we talking about?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. And I hate to say this, but I'm not going to say it. I mean, with Amari Cooper, they're going to add a tight end this year.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about right now as currently constructed.
I mean, you could throw Dallas in there. You could New England you can't throw in there because Gronk's gone. you could throw anytime you got the Bible man, Aaron Rodgers. You got to throw him in there. Other than that, I mean, I'm thinking off the head. No, nothing else comes up.
You missed out one big team.
I'm sorry, you forgot Seattle. I mean, you still got Russell Wilson.
No.
Who's that?
You missed the biggest one, who I think is the closest to us.
I'm sorry, the Chiefs.
Okay, the Chiefs, but even closer to that, when I'm looking at top offenses, I'm looking at multiple ways to beat you.
So you got the Chiefs for sure.
So when I'm looking at the Cowboys, that's not it, because you stop Zeke, Dak can't beat you. Dak's not putting up 28 when Zeke is having less than 50 yards rushing. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I think they were creative in getting
especially with no tight end. Now, and Jason Witten half a tight end. I don't see that. The biggest one that I think we're missing is the Rams. It's just multiple ways to attack you and beat you from week to week to week.
But we saw something.
I was getting ready to say.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, they took one guy They took one guy off of that team. I don't want to talk about Gurley. They took Cooper Kupp out, and the guy forgot how to throw the football. Guy forgot how to throw the football.
Golf disappears, man. Where's Waldo?
But it's not it wasn't him that was wearing Waldo. His leader, the guy who's supposed to lead you in charge.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Listen where I'm going. Golf wasn't just Where's Waldo by itself. His coach was Where Waldo Senior. It was Junior and Senior, because both of Sean McVay was on the side.
Some degree, but no.
I'm going based off of.
Listen, Golf was deer in the headlights, bro.
So his coach wasn't. All I'm saying is his coach wasn't.
That, but I'm just saying.
But here
he disappeared. Even in some of the other games in the playoffs, he disappeared.
He didn't disappear in the Saints game. He damn near single-handedly almost won in the Saints game.
The Dallas game disappeared. They won because he ran the rock down their throats.
Because they had to tell.
But what I'm saying is, there's times when Golf disappears.
Listen, dog, we both saying this.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
You can't say you agree with me, but you trying to one up me as far as the ladder. Who's to blame?
I'm just saying. The bottom line is, I agree that the coach was deer in his like.
Okay.
But Golf was horrible. He was horrendous.
If he looks at,
you can't discount that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But if Golf, I'm saying that if Carson Wentz looks at Doug Peterson and Doug Peterson looking at the sideline like this, how does that instill any confidence in your quarterback? And he's the one calling the plays, especially when.
Will you stop?
I
never disagree with you ever on shit, and I completely disagree with you.
I'm not trying to save Golf.
Oh, this is excuse-driven shit.
He is.
Like you throw the football.
He is.
You throw the football.
I'm just saying.
Listen, everybody gets owned. Everybody gets owned by Belichick.
Right.
What do we see in the Super Bowl with the Eagles? Right? Doug Peterson and the Philadelphia Eagles weren't scared of what is the New England Patriots.
And McVay was scared shitless.
That entire team was offensively.
Right.
So there's blame to go around.
Right.
Oh,
but
no. I'm not saying bigger blame, but I'm saying
captain of the ship, you gotta go with Golf, right? Correct.
It's a combo.
It's a combo.
But I'm gonna say the defense wise too. Wade Phillips was scared of shit too. He didn't the
the
whole week of practice.
I disagree with that.
When you play to lose, you lose.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and you can't do that. You can't do that against New England.
But let me say this to you: if you hold the New England Patriots under 13 points, you should win. Correct.
Correct.
So the defensive side, they get a pass because they did their job.
And when
but on the offense side, I give you McVay, look like deer in headlights. But this cat right here, Golf, was Where's Waldo.
No, you're right.
Period.
You're right.
That's all.
And Golf is not built like Wentz when I come to this point. When Golf isn't the dude that's going to go to the sideline and Sean McVay, because Sean McVay done coddled this dude all season. So I get what you're saying, but and we'll move on from here.
Okay.
Golf is coddled the whole year because we talked about it. McVay was in his ear to the very limit of the NFL. So now in the biggest game of the season, when McVay can't get his head out of his ass, now you asking Golf to go in and say today, Nick Foles couldn't do it against the Saints. That's what makes the quarterbacks good, from good to great. Or you see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
What you're saying is just that all I'm saying. People see the tape,
right?
All the teams saw the tape of how he looked, and they're going forward. That's the blueprint to beat him.
So
you get in his head, and he's Where's Waldo? And that's what you're gonna see a lot of next year.
Right.
I'm not okay. Now McVay's gonna put him in certain spots. He's gonna be good at times. However, in those big crucial games, he's gonna disappear because he just doesn't have that dog in him. He doesn't. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Dave from LA. I'm talking about your boy Golf, but I'm just keeping it real with you.
Right.
I have some problems, man.
For me, when I look at the Super Bowl, I put it was on poor game plan and poor execution all the way around. But the man that to me, I put more of that brought on the shoulders on Sean McVay. This kid that's supposed to be.
He's the head coach.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So to get it back to the Eagles, let's get into the scenario right here.
Okay.
Okay. Now at 25. Go ahead.
Poll question real quick. Some of the results coming in. It's about
Okay.
So right now it's 88% agree that's the top 3 offense in football. That's on our Facebook live feed poll.
Okay.
Everybody on YouTube, you go up right in the corner. There's a little eye. Okay, you can vote on YouTube
and vote.
And obviously, there's already a poll up on Facebook from
Twitter
earlier
too. Twitter
and
the poll is
Twitter.
up.
So what I'll do is I'll keep giving you guys the results. And I mean, I believe that this is a smart fan base, so we're going to be good.
And you're right.
Yes.
We got a smart fan base, and Johnny Bird says golf ain't shit. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
He is where's Waldo. I'm telling you, the blueprint
Hey,
is
Johnny
out
Birds,
going
I know you seen that the Brady jersey going, right?
It's going going forward.
I told the family, man, I got Jordan up there.
No,
Okay.
so
I
listen.
put a real goat up.
So listen. I will not. Let's say this in remembrance of one of not the greatest, one of the greatest. Can we? Is it possible somewhere we can maybe not get a jersey, but can we just get like a little sticker with 87 on it for Gronk? Because I don't think we're ever going to see a tight end like that again in the near future. Because that's big.
Yo, I'm really.
In terms of what? In terms of personality?
Not just person, but
On the
just
field?
on the field.
All right,
Yeah,
I got one. I got one that's the closest thing I see right now
Who's
that
that?
can
Kittle?
be.
Who?
McDonald,
He's in our backyard, baby.
Ertz?
Goddard.
Got it.
Got it. Ooh.
Big,
Yeah.
strong, physical.
see that.
Does both. Blocks.
You know what you're
can
doing
see
right now.
catches.
Yeah.
Mismatch nightmare.
Absolutely.
You know what you making me tingle inside because I've already said to me, that 75-yard play. I love Zach Ertz, but in a year from now, dog.
Zach, that's a 15-yard play for
listen,
Zach.
goes-
Okay, or that's an
if
8-yard
you hit
8-yard
him,
catch.
You tap and he goes right down. Yeah, he goes right
You-
down.
Yak
He
is
goes right down.
terrible.
Yeah, he like, oh, go.
But guys, he does something real great. He runs great routes.
He does.
And
Yes.
I'm
He
not going to ever take that away from him.
He gets
But
separation.
I'm just saying, as Dallas' career goes on, I could see him being a 6'6". He's a matchup nightmare. He's physical. He breaks tackles. He's got a little of that Gronk in him. Now,
give you that.
will we see the personality of Gronk
I'm not
at that,
worried about that.
at that position
Right.
with the ability? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, to segue to Gronk, man, I mean, I'm first of all happy for him because he got out when he needed to get out. He took a lot of hits, man. I mean, looking at his career, he had a lot of great plays, but if you look at the hits, man, he took some hits, the knees, the shoulders, and the fact that he was able to, I mean, he won two Super Bowls? And I think
two.
Offhand,
He went to four.
So he was able
No, three.
able to get out. And
Didn't
he's
he
going
win
to be
three?
first ballot. I think it was 2.
Seattle, Atlanta, and this year.
Okay, so 3.
Three.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm really excited for him. I'm happy for him. You know, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer all the way.
All the way.
All the way, bro.
Smart man, never spent.
the way.
So the rumors are
Yeah, I heard
never
that.
spent any of his money. We made over $59 million. Always lived off endorsements, and now he's going to live off endorsements as well. Is there a chance he'll come back? You never say never, but when you have back issues, it's regularly everyday 9-to-5 working people that have back problems and struggle. So when you're going out here and you're 29 years old and you have back issues and your body's getting put through that as a tight end because he can block well, he can run well, and what do we see? He runs seam routes, and when you know you run a seam route against cover 2, cover 3, you already preparing to get hit.
Yeah.
Already preparing to get. So let's just dive into more of this poll question here when we look at this offense on every level. Offensive line, check.
I'm not
until
gonna say that. Yeah, we gotta make some more moves.
When Brooks comes back, check.
Yeah, check. Yeah.
So who's
And we need some more depth. We got to get some more depth.
Agree.
I mean, we lost Wiz. Wiz is going. They're high on Pryor. They like him a lot. Of course, they like Mulata.
You got Vaitai.
Big V's. He's a question mark
Halapudi
at
Lati
times.
Vaitai.
I mean, so
It's not that hard to say,
I
people.
I would say once they make some more moves, which they're going to make, they're going to get some young guys in the draft, and maybe a veteran here. Then I would say check.
I think definitely in the second round, there's an offensive lineman getting drafted. Maybe you may look at somebody like a Yandy Kajus out of West Virginia tackle.
Might see 2.
Titus Howard also.
Might see 2 in that round.
You might.
You can very well see 2.
It depends on how the board falls.
That's what I'm saying. They're going heavy defense, and they're going heavy defensive line and offensive line.
And that's where this draft is. The draft is more D-line, but this is the funny thing, and I said it last night, right? And I'll leave you guys with this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You go out and you acquire Jordan Howard because you've shown, and you did the same thing with Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount, and other names, right?
Right.
You've shown that that's not something you draft well. You don't evaluate that talent well. So you have to figure out when you don't.
In here?
And this is great GMs.
Yeah.
When you know that deep down, hey, we're just not evaluating the running back well enough in the draft. So we got to be creative and figure out how to fill them needs in free agencies or trades, which this team's done extremely well besides last year because they expected Ajayi to be healthy and it didn't work out for him, okay? Fine. But besides that, that's what this team's done. Right. They have to do the same thing at linebackers well, which they did with Nigel Bradham. Hey, we don't address it well in drafts. We're not good at it. So we got to be creative in free agency and trades to make that position better. So I will give them credit because great GMs and great organizations realize what things they're not good at, and they figure out a way to address it in some fashion. They've done a hell of a job with it. I'm not crowning Jordan Howard as the greatest running back ever. He feels a great need for this football team, and I'll leave you here. Please at me if this ain't the best offense in football.
Yeah, definitely. And the piggyback of what you said, like we said it a couple weeks ago, that's when we were talking about the running back position as well and linebacker. And I already seen it in the comments. I forget who said it. It may have been Nikki or somebody else that said it. Listen, maybe a linebacker at 25 you take, but if it ain't Devin Bush or Devin White, I'm good. I think they're both going in the top 15. But God, look, open up the floodgates. If Devin White or Devin Bush is there at 25, please, Howie, you take him. That is a cornerstone of your defense from the jump.
I think he's going up. He's going up. He's going up.
You think so? I mean, honestly,
I see him in the top 10
or somebody. Yep.
Yeah.
As far as on their board, if there's somebody they really, really want, somebody that they really, really covet, then yes, I can see them going up. But I just feel that at this time, the way with that Jordan trade. Some of the moves they made, they're going to wait to see what the board dictates and then go from there. But I'm just letting you know, if Grady Williams is there, he's going to take cornerback. The way the Eagles right now, if you think about it, the Eagles right now, really thinking about it, I said the Eagles remind you of the Patriots. Okay?
Exactly.
Because they make trades as far as for running backs, wide receivers, and they build through the draft with trenches. The line, the trenches, and the corners. That's how they build, and that's the right way to do it. Yeah. And that's the formula they're going forward. So if let's say Bush is there and those guys there, slam dunk. But if Grady Williams is there, he's a stud cornerback. They know there's great value at that point. They're going to take him.
How about this
one?
If
he's not there, they're going defensive line.
How about this one in the first round? Right. The best offensive lineman in this draft is Jawan Taylor out of Florida, right?
Agreed.
So an SEC guy.
I think he's going top 10 to 7 in Jacksonville.
Think so?
I think he's going up there too. But this team loves tackles, right?
They do.
Right.
And your one's getting old.
Yeah.
And I smell because he's not going top 5. Because I don't think he's going top 5 in this draft because the other positions are a little better, that I smell will go up for him. And if he's going up, you get excited for Jawan Taylor. Or if he's going up to get Wilkinson out of Clemson. If he's going up,
Wilkins?
If he's going up, they're the two that he's going up for.
I can see a scenario where they kind of let the board play out.
Yeah.
And they get to 25. And I can see I
can see Lawrence at 25.
If he's there.
Yep.
You maybe Cleveland, maybe Furrow as well. But I can also see a situation where they may say there may be a team behind them that whoever they got their guy is. Like say Indy.
Yes.
Indy's at 26.
Yes.
And if Howie can sit there and say, okay, Wilkins is on the board at 25, and they do like him, but Indy's saying, hey, we'll switch spots for one spot. And we'll give you a 2 or we'll give you a 3.
You take that thing and run.
Now, I want to say this.
Take that thing and run.
Right. I want to say this.
3?
Yes.
You take that thing and run.
To move back from 25 to 26.
Because your value.
Oh, yeah.
You got so much value coming in between the second round.
Maybe not a 2 and a 3, but maybe they flop.
And they get a second.
And they get a second or they get a third.
So that would be 3 seconds.
Yeah, so you get 3 seconds, which Howie's not going to let that third go undrafted.
Nah.
So them fourths are getting moved up into the third probably.
Yeah.
But he's probably not walking away with 11 players. Right. I can see them walking away more at 8, 9, okay, and trade up and get value. So you have 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds, 2 fours. So that second and 4 can get you up into the top 10 with your first.
Now,
so
Bryce,
let
go
me
ahead.
read some of the comments real quick. First of all, we want to thank everybody for coming in.
Definitely.
Chiming in.
Keep the interaction going. Keep the interaction up.
So Ben says, no chance Wilkins is on the board that late. What's up, BT? Listen, like we said, there's a possibility he may be there, possibly may not be there. I mean, I think he's going to be there. It's a possibility.
Right.
I know what's up, Alexis Hernandez? He says we definitely need one more D tackle and one more DN. I mean, listen. The writing's on the wall. We got to get younger at that spot, defensive tackle, defensive end. You never can have enough depth. That was our issue last year.
Right.
We didn't have enough bodies in the trenches, and you saw attrition going forward against some of the other teams. So I can see that going forward.
So Bryce Blackwell said and this is what the scenario I wanted to pose.
Okay.
Nothing's there. Do they move back? Are we good with that? I want to say move back out of the first, but move back down some to get something more. Because you don't have a 3rd round pick, and I think you can find value in this draft. And in the third, you may be able to come back. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Knowing Joe Douglas, if he's in it like we think that he is,
right, run a point guard.
Do not be surprised if they draft a developmental safety like in Nasir Adderley. Do not be surprised if they go after a corner like Rocky Sin out of our own backyard in Temple. The most physical corner at the point of line of scrimmage.
I like the kid from the kid Baker.
DeAndre Baker, Georgia.
I like him from Georgia. I like him as
well.
So,
I mean, it's different. And the corner, I'm not sure.
Deep. The quarterback's deep this year.
It's deep for the draft, but we're also deep at the position already.
Yeah, but you never can have enough corners.
But but if you draft a corner in the first, this is what comes with that. Okay. You got to pay them a certain amount.
Very true.
So that's the thing. Financial resources.
But you can trade down into the second.
But it goes by the round.
But if you drop down out of the first and go to that second, you still can get a
decent. But that's are we right now as we sit March 29th, 2019?
Right.
Are we good right now if we sit here and we say we will not be drafting on day one of the draft on April 25th?
It's according to how the board dictates.
I'm talking about right now. Would you be – because they pick at 20 – they're not going to be picking until 11 o'clock at night anyway.
But here's the thing, though. If you could trade down – and if I have 3 second-round picks, I'm good with that because I can get value. I can get all my value right then and there. And these are guys that's going to contribute right away.
Right.
They're either go up, they're going up, or they're staying.
Right.
So you don't think they're going down?
No, I don't think they're going backwards.
No.
They're going up or they're staying.
I agree to a certain extent.
He loves his first round.
He does.
Now, I don't listen to per se the local traditional sports media in this area, but I happened to chime in today.
Okay.
And caught DeCamera and Richie.
Okay.
And they gave kudos to Howie for something that made me think and say, I can ride with that. I agree with that. And I just want to give them credit where credit is due. But Howie has found the next trend in NFL GMing that everybody's not on that wave, but maybe Belichick, to where you're pretty much giving up nothing, and you're figuring out this comp pick formula.
Yeah, because it's an art to doing it.
Yes,
it's an art to doing
it. And to make your team better, and get cheaper to where now we snap our fingers. We got $24 million almost under the cap, and we can use that for maybe a Carson extension.
Yeah,
we can use that. Wink, wink. To take on somebody else's franchise tag player that may be disgruntled, who's the top 2 or 3 player in their position.
And who are you talking about with that disgruntled?
Man, it could
be franchise pick.
I'll tell you right now, it could be. Listen, it could be DeMarcus Lawrence, who hasn't signed his tag yet and wants more money.
$2 million away. Go ahead.
Or it could be the boy out of Houston, Davion Clowney,
we've been
because
talking about.
They don't really want to pay it like these.
Listen.
What is the purpose of? Like, our organization is paying the people that's worth it. Not only I understand what you've done for me lately, but these is kids coming off their first rookie contract. This is a second contract to get paid.
Yeah.
And these organizations is just
it's like
they want to slow play them.
They're setting the market and then they're not budging. And these are guys that really deserve that money. They should get the money. I think that's what's going on with a lot of these situations that we're seeing with Marcus Lawrence. I mean, we saw last year with Bell. We saw other players as well. We're seeing a lot of that. So, I don't know, man. I just think that's the way the market is dictating right now going forward,
Definitely.
But, I mean, to piggyback what you said earlier about how he has found the comp level or the comp pick level as far as getting the comp picks, I mean, you think about it. Belichick was the one. Ozzie was another one that he was the wizard of doing that, getting those comp picks. But how he's figuring it out, man, he's pushing the right buttons. He's getting the right prices. I mean, we were over 18 million, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
We were 24.
So now you almost 24 under
18 million, right?
So I mean, it's crazy.
He's figuring it out. It's like he's pushing the right buttons on a regular basis, man.
Right, and he's going to teams for younger players who are effective because there's only been 3 players in the last 3 seasons to rush for X amount of yards and get touches and touchdowns.
Yeah,
and it's been Zeke, Gurley, and Jordan Howard.
Yep.
I mean, and now you pretty much got him for just to see if it'll work out. Like, that's the thing. You didn't even give up anything in the immediate future for this.
No.
You gave us something that's it could change whatever. It could go into a 5th pick.
Yeah.
A 5th round pick.
5th, yeah.
So, I mean, for this right now, like I said, that's why I look at this team and I know our coaching staff just as far as talent and put everything together. Like, man, you got to be shitting me if you don't think this is a top two offense in the NFL.
And the thing is, don't forget, we don't know what's going to happen with Sproles. Sproles got a little something in the tank. I think he may come back. And with this move, we're still going to draft the running back, which people need to understand. I mean, whether it be the 3rd round, whether it be the 4th round, which is so many great or decent running backs that's out there on the board.
Right.
They're going to add another running back that's going to come in and contribute. Now, the question is, where does this leave Adams? Adams got to prove himself, man.
Not just
he's
Adams, Clement, or the whole.
Well, Clement will be fine because Clement is great on special teams. Okay. Clement will definitely make the team. I'm not even worried about him. He'll definitely make the team because he does so much.
What about Smallwood?
That's another question. What about Smallwood?
So you saying we bringing some?
Smallwood has 9
They're
already
on notice now because they brought in Howard.
Man.
And now if they draft a running back like Henderson or maybe a Montgomery or maybe a Holyfield or Singletary, somebody like that, then they really are on notice when it comes to camp.
Smallwood is another player that is good on special teams as well. I mean, you could put him on. Honestly, and if you remember last year, they carried 5 backs on a regular basis during game day because they had the 2 backs on kickoff. Yeah. So there's a possibility he may sneak in, but I don't know, man. He could be a trade, right? When training camp is ending.
He could be a trade. Now, listen, another position I don't want to slouch at.
Okay.
When we look at the offense as a whole, I just want to go back to what Peterson said about the 12 personnel and having 2 tight ends on the field. We kind of talked about that maybe being that Gronkowski-Hernandez model, and I can kind of see that. It's just I just want to make sure because to me, there's really not a lot of divas on this offense.
Not at all.
But there's one.
Who's that?
There's one.
Who we got?
And this is his second stint. There's one diva on this offense.
You talking about D-Jack?
Yes.
Nah, he'll be fine.
I hope.
No, listen.
I'm not trying to put bad juju out there, but I'm just saying it's one ball.
I'm not saying you're doing that, but what I'm saying is I think he's his body. You could tell how people are by their body language. You could tell their mannerisms. You could tell just his aura. His aura is different, man. I think he learned from a lot of. He made some mistakes. He did some good things. He did some bad things, and I think, and as far as in the locker room, and I think he's learned from that. I think he's at the point where he's 32 years old. He saw his team that he basically grew up, if you will, win the championship without him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he was traded away. He didn't want to go. So he feels like it's a homecoming for him. I think he feels that he brings something to the table still. He still has something left in him. And I think he's going to be actually one of the leaders in the locker room. Don't be surprised.
No, I'm not discounting that, but that's all well and good. I just want to make sure we got that same vibe week 11, week 12 when my man got the ball. We got 20 catches for 500 yards and maybe 2 touchdowns. That's it.
It's tough because I agree with both of you because you're both spot on, right? Because we go by what we know and the perception of things.
Yeah.
But we also can go off of this, right? When you played with a guy like Jameis Winston and he's doing the crab fingers and this and that, and you got Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Is he a bust?
He's close to it, brother. I mean, he's close. You're going to get to it. Yeah, this is it. You get Bruce Arians to try to fix it up.
If you can't do it with Bruce.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
If you can't do it with Bruce, bro,
it's a wrap.
Then nobody can, right? I agree. So
I would love Chris, and I would love Chris Godwin on this team. Oh my gosh!
But I think you're right. I think he wants to win. He saw them win.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out if he changed it all real quick. Yeah. So did you change or did you not change? And we're going to find out how much he's getting the football. There's a lot of there's not a. We're
a lot of talent, man.
And I think it's going to make everybody better. If everybody's buying into what we bought into in 2017, right, and we buy into it's about win-losses, getting in the locker room with wins, then this team's going to Broad Street again.
So wait, real quick, before we go there, 2 things. Alexa Hernandez says, Winston Sean Jackson has something to prove this year. I agree with that. I think Deshaun has something to prove. And like TA says, I think going back on where he's been the last couple of years, the Washington situation, dealing with that craziness, then dealing with Tampa Bay, I think he's just a different player, man.
I get you. Now I would combat you, not combat you, but I would come from the other side of it. Say I really don't know what he has to prove outside of winning a ring. Because last year, even with all that being said, with Fitzmagic and Winston eating W's and crab fries, he still led the league in average yards per catch. Yeah, but everybody in the league still knows that this dude still has it. So if he's self-motivated now, I'm with you. I'm here with you. If we get a self-motivated D-Jack,
then we good.
Then I'm good.
But the league is saying, and there's whispers out there, that he's getting old. He doesn't have the speed he had before. They're saying that. I don't agree with it. No. I still think the man can run 4.4.
Nah, there's a reason why. We said it when we first brought him back, when we went live that show that week. There's a reason why Deshaun, Torrey Smith, and Ted Ginn still have a job.
Speed.
Because not only speed as far as running a flat 40, but their play speed, their game day speed, and being able to catch and track the ball is a trait that not every speedster has. Look at Brashard Perryman. Now look at John Ross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even you want to take a look at maybe even sometimes John Brown, who's now in Buffalo, who isn't as consistent with that. It's very few for these guys to be in. Look, why do you think Joey Galloway has such a long career?
Yes, he did.
That's a special talent, a special skill. Go ahead.
So Alexis says, how do you guys feel about Miles Sanders? Reminds me of LaShawn McCoy. That's the kid from Penn State, right?
Kid from Penn State.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. Yeah,
he's good. He's good. Listen. We already said it. Darrell Henderson out of Memphis, home run hitter.
Yeah.
Home run hitter. You know what I mean?
Montgomery out of
Iowa State, not as fast, but kind of more Jordan Howard-esque. You know what I mean? But we do need that explosive back.
Yeah.
That game-changing
third down guy.
Yes.
Guy can in space. He's got that wiggle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You need that. So with that being said, does Sproles come back or you go younger? That's the question. Are we going younger? I don't know,
I know Peterson said he wants him back, but I'm just –
You ready to turn the page?
Dog, I've been younger, cheaper.
He said dog.
Younger. Listen, I love everything that Sproles did for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was part of the growth process to get us there. I still remember the screen pass he caught on third down when we blew out the Steelers in Week 2 of 2016, 34-3.
Carson was moving and grooving.
You see what I'm saying?
Right down the side.
I remember all that. I remember the 4th and 1 that we went against Jacksonville in the first game of 2017 because we were playing like dog shit that game. There's moments that Sproles will always have.
Kickoff
but
return,
dog, I thank you for your service, man. I wish you the best of luck in your future
So
endeavors.
you ready to turn the page? I mean, for me, man. Listen, if I can get one more. Out of old Yeller. If he can give me one more, he can give me a little something. He brings that leadership. He had a little wiggle last year, man. Even though we waited for him, it took him a while to get out of the blocks because that hammy wasn't. Listen, he came back that one time and said, that hammy was tightening up.
Right.
But after he came back, he was good. He was wiggling, doing his thing. So I don't know if he's healthy, if his mind's right, and if he can give us one more year, I'll take him. But if not, then let's move forward.
Definitely. So give you enough. So. Defensive end. When we look at Brandon Graham, 3-year deal, $40 million per. Okay. At 25, if you got a stud defensive end there, like a Brian Burns, maybe I think Jalen Ferguson is slightly a reach out of Louisiana Tech.
I like him a lot.
Maybe Ja'Kai Polite, who I'm not big on.
That's a kid from LSU, right?
Polite's from Florida.
Okay. That's the one you weren't too fond of.
Ferguson is from Louisiana Tech.
Yes. I like Ferguson a lot.
Play some SEC. He was in the SEC, so he played against some tough competition.
Right.
I think he actually played against Jonah Williams, the tackle out of Alabama. Did pretty well. I just don't know. I don't see. It's hard for me to see value at a certain position because I really think they can come to come to a point at 25 if Jacobs is still on the board and that being the best. Not so much the best value.
You love Jacobs, man.
No, I'm not saying I love him. I still think they're gonna take a running back regardless. I just don't know who else is going to be there that's going to be worth that pick.
I just think
value-wise. I'm sorry.
Value-wise, mindset-wise, the need.
But you don't draft for need. They got in trouble with that shit before.
Yeah,
you don't draft for need.
But they have to. They have to because listen.
And not in the first, though.
It's laws of attrition right now. I mean, we're missing our defensive line, man. Our offensive line. We got some holes, man.
I think it's big that no one's talking about. We've been hearing Peters, offensive tackle. Listen, dog. Barnett is young. You just re-signed Brandon Graham, who's 30.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be looking at the same shit as far as replacing the defensive end as you looking at Peters replacing the offensive tackle. You need a young stud defensive end.
Yeah, because Sweat right now is not working out. I mean, it's a little early. It is his first year. But he wasn't
healthy. He really wasn't healthy.
But even when he got healthy, he couldn't figure it out. It's like he was trying to figure his way out, learning on the job, if you will.
Right.
What about Barnett, though?
Barnett's back, but I'm a little nervous because of the shoulder. The shoulder was really bad. I mean, yes, he did get it repaired, but is he going to be back to what we need? You know, yes, he gave us
not so much even what we need.
He gave us 6 sacks that first year, which is great.
But I need more than 6.
Down the football a lot too, though.
Is he going to be productive? That's the question.
Oh, he's always around the football. So I was thinking while you were out, TA stepped out for a minute. But while TA was gone, we had time.
While you were gone.
While you were gone, in your absence, we had said pretty much the defensive end position. It doesn't get talked about as replacing it and putting in that new workhorse, that new younger bull, like we talked about with Jason Peterson, offensive tackle, which I think is just as big, if not more important in some cases. Don't get me wrong, Jason Peterson protecting Carson's side, you want an offensive tackle, but the biggest thing and how we said it, the first thing out of Howie's mouth at the owners' meetings was we build our team through the offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, and that's been their MO since Andy. That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I smelled it in this draft. I've been saying it. Even with the running back need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt like they weren't going to address it till, like, the 4th round anyway because they have 2 4th-round picks. Like, I really believed your first 4 picks in this draft were dedicated to O-line and D-line players, or at least 3 out of the 4.
Yeah.
You know, I just smell it. It's their MO. It's how they build. It's how we won a Super Bowl.
Right.
And Chris Long's not guaranteed to come back either.
To me,
even though he's on a milk carton all year anyway.
I'm done.
Yeah, he was milk carton.
Chris Long, thank you for your
Love
service.
you.
Wish you best of luck in your future endeavors.
But the thing is, they love these guys, man.
I know, but you can't.
And I agree with what you guys are saying.
You can't do that.
Like,
but that's their MO. And I agree with you guys.
No, but like Jason Peters, you and Jeffrey Lurie have like an inside handshake agreement if you want to come back or not.
He got something.
He got some pictures on him, bro.
Like, that's fine with me. That's fine with me, but you can't overdo it. That's my point.
This man got in the game, and with 2 minutes in the game, he said, "Okay, okay, I'm out. Come on out." I said, "Yo, where's he going?
Where's he going?
Where you going?"
Yeah, but see,
and he was like, "This sideline."
We just started.
We just started the game.
This is what I'm saying. So when you look at Joe Douglas, who came from Baltimore doesn't do that.
What?
They don't hold on to players like look. They let 2 of their younger players go. I get what you're saying as far, but like
I know why they're holding on to him. They're looking for the replacement. That's why I think Juwan Taylor is a legitimate in this conversation. Nobody talks about him because everybody's been talking D-line or running back.
So you saying, but let me pose to you this: if you go up for Juwan like that, what are you doing with Peters? He's not starting. You can't go.
It's fine. It's fine.
You go up to get an offensive tackle in the city
because you're deep enough to say this is for next year. We're going to groom.
But they're already saying that with Mailata.
They can say whatever the hell they want about Mailata.
I'm just saying.
If you get Juwan Taylor, you're going all in. But you go Peters as grooming and being the coach on the field.
Coming out.
Being the guy coming out. He's going to come out. He's not going to play the whole game.
That's true.
And then you're grooming Taylor, say, you know what, this is going to be you. Going forward.
Yep, because you have to.
That's what it is.
Or like I said, it's going up to get – I don't smell going up to get a linebacker. I smell going up to get one of the big Clemson boy. Or
which one, Lawrence?
Yeah. No, not Lawrence. Wilkins.
Wilkins, I seen is going to be there. What if they go up to go get Sweat?
They could. I said him too.
Yeah, I like it too.
I liked his name too. So there's – I see them going. I can see them going up, not back, or stay at 25, which is fine to me too. But either way, they're addressing D-line, O-line early and often.
And I do think
it's not sexy. It's not sexy, but that's what gets us on broad, fam.
But I definitely think also as well, out of those first 3 picks, I'm almost want to put money on it. I don't even know if there's a book out there that even has this shit.
Could be.
They will draft a safety. I'm telling you.
Second and third round, they will.
Listen, second or third.
Because right now we're long in the tooth. I mean, Jenkins is getting old. He's got a year or two. McLeod, you don't know what he's going to do coming back. There's talks about Rasul moving over. We don't know what's going to happen with Rasul. They bring in the kid Sadeo from Minnesota.
Sadeo,
So, I mean, you don't know, but we got to get younger. I mean,
but see,
what's the kid's name? Sullivan? He wasn't.
Trey Sullivan? No.
He's okay.
Let's look at Joe Douglas again. Joe Douglas was there when they drafted Jordan Howard in Chicago. Where's Jordan Howard carrying the ball at now? Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
Let's go look at where he came from Baltimore. What is Baltimore always known for? Their safety play. One of the strongest suits on their game. Chicago, Eddie Jackson, Adrian Amos.
You can yell louder for the people in the back, brother. You know what I mean? The people that can't hear you. Yell even louder about it.
So you got, at 25, you can have Deontay Thompson. You can have Taylor Rapp out of Washington. And you can have Nasir Adderley out of your own backyard in Delaware. Yeah. Or you can wait. Me and Chuck's, my brother from another Team Pigment in this bitch, Birds of a Feather.
He's wrong.
Okay, Team Pigment.
So he's been on Juan Thornhill out of Virginia from the longest.
Okay.
Good. He can be on whatever he wants, and I hope he's listening because he's been wrong, and he's wrong again. He's wrong again. He's wrong again with this meh for Jordan Howard. Meh. Who gives a meh?
Yeah.
I
saw that.
You wanted Tevin Coleman over Jordan Howard? Listen, I love him. He's part of my family at A2D, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. And when I start
Tevin Coleman?
And when I start questioning
he wants more of a complete. I can't
Have y'all watched Jordan Howard?
Yep, I have.
No, I'm not saying I'm completely there with Chucks, but I get what he's saying because there's a lot of people who are saying, yes, cool, I love Jordan Howard, 3,000 yards in the last 3 seasons.
There's never been a love though.
But with him, it's never been a love. But it's like you still need, even us today, we said, okay, Jordan Howard's great, but we still need this. You still need
you have Corey Clement, your third down back that catch ball in the backfield.
Because we're a core. I mean, we need a core. Everyone has a certain
the days of the 3-down back are
listen,
gone.
Everyone has a certain role. If you will.
I think the days of the 2-down back are very alive.
No, that's what I'm saying. 3-down backs are very rare. You got Zeke, Gurley,
Le'Veon. 3-down backs. I thought you meant using 3 backs.
Yeah. But they're special. They're special.
That's what I'm saying. It's very rare.
What I'm saying is this is the role we have. The running back by committee. This is what we are. So we bring in Howard. That's fine. Good. He's going to do certain things, certain role. You got Clement. Clement's going to do everything as well. You bring in another guy, whether it be in a draft, a guy that's going to be your third down back, he can give you that wiggle. This is what we have going for. But Howard fits everything that we need in a guy that can actually go in between the tackles, get us that tough yards. When it's 2nd and 4, when it's 3rd and 4, when it's 3rd and 2, he's that guy in that big moment that can give us that first down. And that's what we have.
You see it?
Where?
So Eagles Nest 291 wants to come put some water on our fire that we got over here. So just gonna address him or her a little bit. Says you can bring in everybody you want, but if you can't depend on your QB staying on the field, it don't mean a thing.
All right. Well, that's
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't play 16 games his rookie year. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go back to fucking facts on this bullshit. And ACLs happen in this league. The injury rate's 100% in this goddamn league. So what do you do to protect? What do you do to make sure your quarterback stays on the field? You go get a running back that can pound it. You go get a deep threat. You go get a double tight end tandem that's the best in football. You go get your other wide out who can flat out beat anybody one-on-one and catches Velcro. Got Velcro hands. Okay? Yeah. Do I need to goddamn go on? I'm so sick and tired of the narrative of health with goddamn guys. Health. The whole league can get goddamn hurt. Yeah. Is Derek Burnett injury prone? Could he tore his goddamn ACL last year? Then we'll talk about other guys who get hurt. Now get the hell off. Put some faith behind a goddamn man. Rally behind a goddamn man. Because I don't want the son of a bitch not rallying on broad with me, you, and you.
Well, listen, that was a mouthful.
I knew. That's why it gets him every time.
Listen, man. I mean, it's a recipe for success.
He had me at health.
It's a recipe for success.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. I had to get it sometimes.
You're good. It's a recipe for success to have a good running game, to have the weapons around, the guy that can take the top off, like you said.
Right.
All the things that they're bringing is shortening up the game for Carson. Carson doesn't have to throw the ball 45 times.
That's the reason why his ass got hurt last year.
That's not what exactly. That's what he's not. We can't have him doing that.
No.
We need him throwing the ball 30 to 35 times a game, shorten up the game, make some big plays for us when we need him to, and go from there. Let the game come to him.
The greatest quarterback of all time as far as clutch, the Derek Jeter football, Tom Brady.
Right.
Even his coach doesn't sit there and let him drop back 45 times consistently. Now, the game plan calls for it every once in a while. Yes. How did they beat Kansas City? They ran the ball down Kansas City's throat.
Right.
The whole game, all the overtime. That's what you need. The reason why we went down broad in 2017 was because we ran the ball. We had the second best rushing attack in the league.
And we ran the ball when Carson Wentz was on the field that year. Okay, the reason we didn't run the ball as much this year, right?
We didn't have a running game.
Is we didn't have the running game to do it. So you put it in your best player's hand. That's your best player. I don't believe that this team is not gonna have a balanced attack of some sort. But I'm gonna keep preaching it. They're gonna throw early to run late. And that's how
they can do that, but also at the same time, I just want to give those people who say that Jordan Howard's going to be a tell. True to a point, but if I'm not mistaken, Doug Peterson, when Sproles was on the field, there was a couple games where he led in carries, and he had some significant touches running the ball. Yeah. So that's where you rely on your coaches. Doug Peterson, they have to know. Mike Groh has to know that if we got to give those other scat backs some touches is running the ball as well, and we got to give Jordan Howard some passes. And before, one thing about all right, Chucks, I'll get you with the Met, but speaking about the health. Jordan Howard is a healthy son of a bitch.
He's 24 years old. He's got a lot to prove.
How many games has he missed?
And he fits. Here's the thing, man. When you trade for players, when you bring players to your team, you got to have that guy that fits what you do. He fits what we do.
I'm a realist. I said what I said.
His role is perfect for what we need.
What is that?
He doesn't have to do a lot.
No, you're right. And
What's all
the exclamation marks, babe? You know, what are your reels about what? So I can go around the whole goddamn league.
Yeah.
Clowney's up. Clowney's getting talked about coming here. Clowney's hurt all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
Right? Guys are hurt in this league. J.J. Watt hurt. I mean, I can go on a list of names that get hurt in this league.
I mean,
part of football, baby. This ain't two-hand touch.
I get what he's saying about him being healthy. I get that part, but that's why you put the weapons around him so he doesn't have so much on him.
See,
that's the key, man.
The thing is,
how to keep a quarterback healthy.
Gotta keep him healthy,
Protect
man.
him.
But they make it seem like I will say this, and I will address this. They make it seem like Wentz did regular, normal play shit to get hurt. No, there's some bitches out there with a fucking Superman cape on in L.A. trying to juke 2-3 motherfuckers from the 5-yard line, jump in, gets hit from both ways against his knee, and then in Minnesota this year. God,
threw a touchdown pass after he tore an ACL too, by the way.
And Lane Johnson this year, when Lane Johnson, let's keep it 100, was playing like dog shit in the first part of this year.
Yeah, he was.
And he let Daniil Hunter get a 10-yard head start. Carson can't see him. It was the break in the Batman, and there you go. So forgive me if when Carson gets hurt on a 7-step drop back or 5-step drop back with nowhere around him, then maybe I'm with you. But until that happens, I can't fuck with that. I can't agree with that.
Like I said, he has a lot around him. They're going to put him in the right position. You know what I mean? Yes, he's going to get hit. That happens. It's football. But he's going to be in the right situation going forward. The game's going to come to him. He's not going to be asked to do a whole lot. He'll be fine.
And even if he is asked to throw the ball 40 times a game, the guy's built like a brick shit house.
People don't realize how big he is.
Yeah, and the ball comes out of his hand like better than Aaron Rodgers' ball comes out of his hand because it's so much zip. I'm telling you. Ask Alshon. Ask Alshon. Ask Alshon.
Whoa. Time out. Just
listen. The views of TA in that statement does not reflect the views of PSG as a whole.
Shit, should.
TA, let me say this, buddy. We're talking about the Baba man. All right.
Man.
Yes, we love Carson.
I love Carson.
He's our quarterback. He's our general. But the Baba man is on a different
There's
level.
only two people I would trade Carson for.
Baba man, the boogeyman.
Baba man and my homie. That's
fine.
it.
That's fine. I'm just telling you.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you. Go back. Just go watch his balls again.
Everything is a
Just
flick.
go watch his balls again.
It's a flick.
Dude, this ball comes.
He don't throw.
I understand the release. I understand the release is quicker. I'm not talking about the release.
Okay.
That's 100% spot on. Okay, I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm saying that ball when the zip and
Are
the
you talking
speed.
about the zip?
The speed.
Okay, when it gets on you.
I give you speed.
Because Alshon even said he had to turn the jug machine all the way back up to the highest he could go when he went from Foles to Carson. Like the ball comes out the ball is that fast on you. That's all I meant by like his speed of his ball is something ridiculous. I'm just excited. That's all.
Listen, I'm with you, man.
So
I'm with you.
That leads us into because we've been talking heavy Eagles for almost an hour. Damn, it pretty much took up the whole show. We forgot about everything.
Listen, we bleed green, man. That's
so
what we do all day.
We had opening day for the Phillies. We had Sunday night baseball. We got game 2 tomorrow night. And then T, I always want to get your feeling on this. And then the Sixers, obviously big win. Boban hit another 3. Ben Simmons still has not hit a 3 in his career, but Boban has 2. Come on, Ben. Listen, you got to be better than that. At some point in time, that's just kind of that little rib you jab. You know what I mean? You still got to offer for that. Good win against. Look, we said we were scared to face Brooklyn in the playoffs. They kind of showed you how they would handle it.
We didn't say scared, but we said it
was going to be tough. But big win. I know they had some other shit going on at the festivities on Thursday night at the Wells Fargo Center. Good for that. Sixers keep doing what you're doing. I know the over-under for Vegas for win total this year was 54.5. They have to win out to go 55 or 27. So I know a lot of people are either happy or they're a little shaky there. Right. But to speak about the Phillies, and T.I. want you to chime in real quick. The booing of Bryce Harper after my man fist pump coming out there in right field, after getting a standing ovation in the lineup. The boo of Bryce Harper after his second strikeout. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What how deep do you look into that? And do you think Bryce would be affected, or do you think it was tongue in cheek by the fan base?
I think there was a couple idiots that did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't reflective of the entire fan base. They're idiots. This isn't a football season where 16 games where you can scrutinize that much game in, game out. This is a marathon of a season. Anybody has a clue about baseball knows there's ups and downs.
Right.
So anybody booing has no clue.
No.
You shouldn't even be at a game then or spending your money. I'm not. The boo drives me crazy when it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Not
We
necessary.
won a game 10-4 yesterday.
Right.
To me, do you care about Bryce Harper's success or the Phillies' success? Because
Yeah.
to me,
Bada
I'm
boom.
in it for
Go ahead.
broad.
Right. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, you're going to – listen, every fan base has idiots. I mean, that's just something that you're going to experience. And we have some. Listen. Like
Game
said,
1 out of 162,
Game
man.
1, let's see it. 162.
Half a game 1.
Give the man a break. 0 for 3. That's fine. He's going to have some big games. Let's just keep it moving. We won 10-4. That's what it's all about, man. It's a team game. People have to realize that.
And this is the biggest thing out of that game yesterday that we saw, that masterpiece.
Right.
And for those fans, select few that booed him. Listen, like TA said, like E said, it's about the Phillies' success. It's not about Bryce's success. So you tell me this: when the last time the Phillies' main player, biggest bat or most marquee player, had a fucking offer and they put up 10 runs, I'll sit and wait.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. When Ryan Howard wasn't hitting,
Yeah.
we weren't hitting
Yeah.
as a whole sometimes.
So.
Back in the day.
And it wasn't Bryce. It wasn't. I mean, Kutch hit a leadoff home run.
Let's talk about what they're doing, man. Think about
Segura
that.
didn't do too much.
Right.
Real Muto didn't do so much. But
Yeah,
we
what
talked
about protection, guys? They
Right.
understand protection in the
Yes.
lineup. Like, you signed in to protect guys.
Yeah.
You brought these guys in for protection. They all protect each other in a baseball lineup.
Yes.
Okay? Yes, I understand you go up there and bat yourself, but you saw it yesterday. When you say, who do you want to pitch to?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to go to Reese instead. We're going to put you on.
and
Reese
That-
is loaded.
that's why you go get a guy
Grand
like
slam.
this.
Yeah.
I care about on-base percentage and RBIs, and at the end, and home runs. And at the end of the day, the guy's going to rake. And if you don't think the foot still plays a part a little bit, and timing still a little bit, that's still going.
man, he
But
can
he's
take that
going
hit off the ankle, man.
he's going to hit. And he's going to be fine. I care about wins and losses.
Yeah.
And if you care about Bryce Harper's success, then go do your hair like his.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is the long-term success of the team.
Right.
We talked about it when the Bryce signing finally happened, and it's pretty much on all the A2D shows, especially here on PSG, was what it meant for not just him in the city,
Right.
but what it meant for the lineup overall. It put players, because the people who did the damage, it wasn't under these new guys, these new faces who we love.
No.
It was the old faces that been here, been doing shit. Mikel, a 3-run homer.
Yes.
Reese, Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
You feel what I'm saying?
Double,
Double doing. So now there's no pressure. Now I can't say there's no pressure, but they don't have to be the guy.
Yeah,
That's
and
6,
the-
7,
and
8.
the thing
That's
is-
6, 7, 8 in baseball.
I agree. And the thing is, the excitement that we have. I mean, I haven't been excited about the Phillies. I haven't been that excited about the Phillies in a long time. And
Yeah.
I can actually say you can feel the magic. You feel the excitement that was in the air yesterday in that ballpark. I mean, I just love the lineup they have right now. And I know, yes, it's game
Right.
1 of the 162. But we can see their ceiling. We can see how high it is. We can see Reese, what he's doing out there.
Right.
Like TA said. It's a lot that they offer right now. Harper's gonna come around. Listen, sometimes he starts slow. That's his MO. But we just gotta be patient. He's gonna hit when he needs to hit. He's gonna make plays when he needs to.
More
needs plays.
often than not.
Right.
I mean, think about this. Your leadoff hitter from last year is now hitting 6th,
Right.
which means, guess what? If the 6th batter, if Caesar starts off an inning, guess what? There's a chance he's going to get on. You go start some shit. They're going to put up a lot of crooked numbers. But more often than not, when Reese and Mikel's going on, Bryce is going to pick it up too. He's going to be able to carry that lumber. Then that 10-run game may turn into a 12, 15-run game. It's going to be times in the top of the first or the bottom of the first, depending on the home or the road, that this team going to put up 2 or 3 runs.
There's so much
and get their
offense
position protection.
Yeah, there's so much offense right now that they have. So much firepower they have.
Yeah.
So many. I mean, and there's so much wiggle room that my man Kapler has as far as putting guys in certain spots. And then listen, Nola's lights out, man. Nola is like, we got one of the best pitchers in the league.
He has some trouble with some pitch count, but
Bar
it's the
none.
first game. But
Nah. Not at all. I mean, other than DeGrom and some other guys, he's right there, man.
tell me, tell me, Nola doesn't somewhat remind you in his demeanor
Cole?
and his aggressiveness. Nah, Cole was too laid back.
Who?
Nola reminds me of a young Kurt Schilling. His bulldog mentality, just to go get it and get mad and never really show it.
Okay.
Never really show it, but just has the stuff. Like, just
Possibly, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then tomorrow you got Arrieta, then Sunday Night Baseball. I think you got, is it Pavetta
Icon?
pitching Sunday night?
Or Pavetta?
Arrieta's 3?
Is it probably it was Icon, you think?
Nah, Jared Eichhoff.
Eichhoff's
No,
4, right?
I think he's 4.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's either Pavetta, but that's the key. We can sit here. We know we're going to put up runs. We know we're going to bash. But I will say this. Nola has to have something behind him.
Yeah.
And whether that be Arrieta, Pavetta, maybe Eichhoff. I don't even know who the 5th starter is.
Nah.
But Listen, just give me something. The bullpen had a day off yesterday. They
Yes,
didn't
they
have to
did.
do anything.
Nope.
And hopefully we have more games like that.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we have more games like
it's
that.
definitely changed from last year for sure. And then going forward, if we can get that on a regular basis, we got some magic coming, man.
Definitely got some
We got
magic
some magic
coming.
We got a playoff caliber team in front of us, man.
Right.
People need to realize that, and I'm very excited, man. This is the first time I've actually been excited in a long time about baseball, and baseball's back in Philly. That's all I
Let's
gotta
get
say.
excited.
It's back in Philly.
Man, listen, baseball's back in Philly. The Eagles is hopping. They doing big things.
Yes,
Howie is fleecing people left and right.
Yo.
And he may do it again. He may not be done. We may get a Carson extension. The draft is less than 4 weeks away.
Excited. We're doing a mock draft as well, people.
Doing a mock.
out there.
Pavetta
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
So, I'm glad you brought that up with the
Okay.
draft. Listen, A2D fam and PSG fam, that those that check in with us every week, we want to do something a little bit different for our mock draft. We're just going to do a first round.
Right.
And if you know people, I know you guys for the most part are Phillies fans, Philadelphia fan, Eagles fans. I know Dave is a Rams fan.
Right.
But anybody else that you may be friends with, that you may connect with, for our mock draft, the first one annual on A2D from the PSG crew,
Right.
we wanted to give it to y'all. Fans of those teams, hit us up with
Right.
that pick for that particular show. I think we're going to do the show the 18th.
18, right? And
April 18th.
And then you guys have the ability to actually pick the players.
Pick the players.
You might want to trade out of that actual pick, make a trade.
Right.
Give us your opinion. I think it's cool that we're doing it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ben Turok, came up with a great
Our
idea.
content creator,
BT
one of our content creators,
from the
yes.
Florida area. He's going to be on with us. So it should be dope, man. I'm excited about
Yeah,
it.
so pretty much it's going to work like this, and we'll finalize the details as it comes up. But you're going to be able to play armchair GM.
Yes.
If you're a Cardinals fan, who you taking? You taking Kyler, you trade it back. If you're a Raiders fan,
got a lot going on.
If you're a Raiders fan, you got 3 picks.
Yes, sir.
In the first round, what are you doing with those
Right.
picks? Hey, guess what? There's one team who ain't got no picks, and that's Dallas. And that's Chicago. So we can't help y'all there. I mean,
man,
so-
that's rough, man. To have no picks, man. It's got to.
But
I
that'd
mean,
be tough.
we've been there before,
right.
but that's tough, man.
And I'm pretty sure we got some Giants fans out there. Y'all got 2 picks.
Listen,
Y'all got 2 picks.
shout out to my brother Freddie Miller, man. This dude.
Oh yeah.
This guy's a Giants fan through and through, man. And this dude, he said to me, and I saw him last week. He said if we mess up this pick, he's going to New York. He's going to New Jersey rather. He said he's driving up there and there's going to be some problems, consequences. I believe him.
He said going to be some furniture moving in the city.
So I mean, hopefully they do the right thing because my brother's big. It's a big dude.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, every week from here on out until we get to that point, just to start spreading the word.
You got a YGT?
Huh?
You got a YGTG?
YGTG? I really
got
don't
one?
have. I really don't
I
have
got one for y'all. I got one for you. So mine is real quick.
You got to go for the week.
Yes, sir. So I'm giving it to St. Joe's as a whole.
Oh
The
yeah.
I'm giving it to their organization.
one,
Thank you,
sir.
That's what I do.
Good one, sir.
The firing of Phil Martelli, I think, was despicable. This man is a Philly legend. Going into his 24th year. Yes, okay, yes. The last couple of years, they haven't made a tournament. I get it. But there's always a way. My mom always says, you do things in decency and order.
Right.
This man gave you 24 years. He took you to the NCAA 8 times, and to fire him the way they did was just despicable. Then to add to that, they look for another coach, which, by the way, they actually interviewed Jameer Nelson, which would have been a slam dunk, considering how you did Phil Martelli, and you didn't even hire Jameer Nelson.
Well,
You brought him in, talked to him, interviewed with him, whole 9 yards,
Right.
and you didn't hire. You hired the cat. I think his name Dave Lane from the Sixers.
Now I can't fault them for that. You get somebody from the NBA that's an assistant.
Nah, but here's my thing.
can-
though.
but at that-
here's my thing,
obviously,
though.
but-
It was. Let me say this. You did a debacle. You
Right.
disgraced one of your
What did we talk about
one
last
of your
week?
best coaches ever, right?
What did we talk about last week? You can't make a move to save face for a move when you made a mistake. Remember I said that?
I agree with that, but Jameer Nelson.
I feel like-
Jameer Nelson was your program.
But
Jameer
but has
Nelson
he ever?
took you to
What
the
is he
Elite Eight.
doing? What is he
He's
doing?
coaching.
Who is he coaching?
I think he's coaching. I think he's just a coach offhand.
Of what?
Is it college? I believe offhand college.
But so you get my point.
I get what you're saying,
Okay.
but at this point right now, you got a guy that's been in the NBA
Right.
who catapulted your program. Your program wasn't even thought about until Jameer Nelson really got there. He took you to the Elite Eight.
Jameer Nelson,
and he
Delonte
knows
West.
the game. He knows the game. and you acknowledged that. You brought him in for interviews. So, I mean, you thought high of him to bring him in for an interview.
Right.
And you didn't hire him.
But see but if they would have listen, don't get it twisted.
Okay.
They screwed over Martello. They handled the situation bad. They could have different way they did it. They could have said we mutually agreed to part ways, but to say that you fired that man and that's what the press release you did, that's
despicable.
Despicable. It's despicable.
Man.
But to speak to your point about Jameer,
okay,
to go back and say if they signed Jameer Nelson just to fault Phil Martelli, I don't even think Jameer would have felt right taking the job.
Jameer wanted it. In fact,
I know he wanted it. But
he wanted the job. He wanted because he loves St. Joe's. His son decommitted because they didn't hire him.
He has a son that old already?
Jameer Nelson Jr. Yes.
Really?
He decommitted.
But see, but from St. Joe's perspective, as far as fulfilling the position, when you can get an assistant coach from an NBA team and who knows the area already and knows what it's like to play basketball in the city and hoop,
right?
I can't fault them for that.
So you okay with the hiring of?
I'm not. They got to go
Coach
they got to go for what they did and how they handled Martelli.
Right.
But I can't fault them for the hiring of the assistant coach from the Sixers. I can't fault them. Oh, him or Jameer Nelson. I can't. That's tough. E.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, he is an NBA. He's an NBA. So he got to be able to coach.
Yo,
he's got to be decent. But and by the way, North Carolina is getting
waxed.
Donald Dobbs McCray, how you making out, sir?
My boy Dion.
Freddie Miller, how you making out, sir?
My boy Dion down in Atlanta.
Yo, Auburn's real.
Yo, Auburn won't shoot like this again.
You don't think so?
No, dog. They have it like, every three they put up. Look, you watching on
the
highlights.
Yo, he just doing like this. He's like this.
Like, yeah, bro. Like they hitting everything. They shooting like 70%.
Yeah, but shout out to Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl, everywhere he's been.
Is that Auburn now?
He's at Auburn now. He catapulted every single program.
What's
their? Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, because remember he had the situation with Tennessee. He got in trouble over there, so he left there. He went somewhere else, and then now he's at Auburn now. He wins everywhere he goes. He wins.
Yeah, let me just pull up this stat real quick.
Yeah, do that. Why are you doing that?
Team
Again,
stats.
Real quick, 939 people.
51% from the field.
Duke Blue Devils tonight. Watch Zion. Watch Barrett. Watch the band. We're doing it big. Listen.
I hope so.
What's this?
I hope so. Upset. I hope so.
Oh, of course you hope so.
I hope so.
Of course you hope so.
And I'm telling you this. Listen, right now, as I say, Ja Morant, overall pick, better NBA player right now if he had to go hoop over Zion.
Stop it, Peter.
If he had
Stop it, Peter.
I'm not a Zion lover like some of these guys, but
Peter,
the athleticism makes him one. The athleticism alone.
Give it to me.
Athleticism alone. We talk about grown-ass men in the league.
How dare you say that?
Dude, grown-ass men.
Who's he playing against? Who's the number 4?
What?
Who?
Wow,
who's Horford. Right now, you think Zion can body Horford? You see what Horford could do to Embiid when Embiid ain't right. And
I'm saying he can jump over him.
He's too quick for him, bro.
Fast.
Horford can't stick him.
Listen,
I love Ja. I love Ja Morant.
You know we have the best dominant big man, maybe the most dominant player in the league right now.
Oh, absolutely. No one's discounting that. No one's discounting that, but that's irrelevant. We're talking about Zion right now.
Listen, all I'm sitting here saying is right now to come into a team.
You said what? Yeah.
Don't bring the Duke hate in.
Come on, man.
I hate Duke too. I like you. Like if I had to pick a team,
it's not Duke hate. I'm just looking at the.
He's being objective.
I'm looking at the athleticism, and I'm telling you, if Phoenix gets the number 1 pick, you pair Zion with Devin, I can see that.
And Ayton.
You would do better.
Zion's gonna need
you would do better with Ja Morant, Devin, and Ayton.
Listen, I would get rid of Booker.
I agree with that part.
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm them, I trade Booker too. I trade Booker. I trade Booker for a first round, a top 5 this year, or a top 3 pick.
And do what?
We know.
I go Zion and Ja.
You can't find. Booker's putting up 45, 50 points on a bump team.
I'm saying it's just. Sometimes you gotta. Not that he's a loser or anything, but sometimes you gotta change things up.
Yeah.
And if I'm them, I try to get up in the top 3 and get Ja and Zion. If they get like the
love
one.
how you call Zion.
Listen, the bottom line is at the end of the day.
Well, what is it?
It's Zion.
Zion. It's Zion, babe. I go by spelling.
This is funny.
Bitch.
I can't. Listen, people, family.
You see me on shows trying to say last names. I'm the worst.
I'm bad too.
I don't know why I even say last names.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it here. The bottom line is, and I've always been saying, am I on TA? I don't sound like I'm on. Okay. Yeah. The bottom line at the end of the day, and I've been saying it for the last 2 years, the league wants New York to prosper. The league wants New York, the big market, to be the team that they were.
I'm not discounting that.
So the bottom line is, and I'm predicting, and I've been saying the last couple of years, Zion Williamson will be on the New York Knicks. It's going to happen.
Oh,
the
yeah.
league wants it. Is whatever you want to say is going down. He's going to New York, and you will be seeing him on TV a lot.
All I'm sitting here saying is
Who's that?
Sixers.
Huh?
How?
We have, if somebody gets one, I forget who it is.
Sacramento?
Excuse me.
If the family knows, if somebody gets the number 1 pick of this draft,
Okay.
I forget which team it is. If one of the family members know, please tell us. But that would become the Sixers pick. And I forget which team it is.
It's like a
Trying to
dark
remember
shot,
who it
though.
is.
It's like a dark horse.
It's
Yeah.
not Phoenix, right? Not Phoenix.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No,
Nah.
but this is what I'm saying.
I
said this to you
Damn it.
when I
I'll
said
look
this
it
to
up.
you off camera, off studio, everything.
Okay.
I said there's a chance that Zion does not go number 1 if the Knicks don't have the number 1 overall pick. I still think that he ends up on the Knicks.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they'll have the number 1.
You think? Okay, so you're saying that they're not going to have the number 1 pick, and that they're going to go job Morant
yes
or Barrett.
Fuck no, Barrett.
Barrett's going to be good, bro. Don't sleep.
No, I'm saying he's going, but he's
Barrett could be number
right
1.
now.
Man. You never know.
Right now, and bro.
I mean, Zion's going to be number 1, but I'm saying, Barrett is that
But
good.
but see, I'm not talking 2-3 years down the road.
Okay.
I'm talking about I think Ja Morant has a better NBA ready game right now as far as speed, vision, and be able to score in multiple ways than Zion or RJ. No, I would tell you this when it comes. I'm telling you when it comes to overall offensive game, I may think that RJ may has a more polished game than Zion. Zion, the way he did UCF, the way he did Taco Fall,
the bully ball.
the bully ball, you're not doing that shit in the league because guess what? It's goons out there. That's just out there. Jonah Bolden and shit like that for 6 fouls and that's it. That's the whole reason why they on the team.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, he's got grown man strength, bro. You can't discount that.
No, I'm not saying that, but you got some of these teams.
Sacramento, okay.
The Sixers get their pick.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm saying. So,
Yo,
but
that would be something.
you got other teams in the league with big men that listen.
Would you take if we got one, right?
Right.
Would you take Zion or Ja?
He says, "Yeah, I love the Zion."
I'm gonna say Zion the whole time. I'm not gonna say
If we get one,
would I take Z?
if we get one, I'm taking Zion because we already got Ja, and that's Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know, man.
See,
and I'm a Zion.
got him thinking. Look at that. I ain't got to do that.
I'm thinking about fit, and I'm a Zion guy. You know, all through and through. But Barrett fits.
Dude,
Barrett fits.
now they hurt.
Barrett fits what we do.
Oh, you talking about Barrett? You go Barrett. You go not no Morant.
If I'm talking
no
about,
Morant, no Zion.
if
You
I'm
taking
talking
RJ?
about- If I'm talking about fit for the Sixers and what they need, they need another slasher. They need a defender.
They got Zaire.
No, they need another slasher. RJ's 6'8". RJ's 6'8".
Yeah.
RJ's 6'8". And I'm a Zion guy, but I'm talking about if I'm talking about the Sixers. And
Zion and Embiid, bitch, good night.
Yeah,
Move Tobias to the 3.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but that'll be interesting.
It would be wishful thinking, man.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
For your sake and your hope and how you sleep tonight, I hope Duke wins.
9:39, peoples.
They play Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, W tonight. Lock it,
Bro,
stock it, book it, whole 9 yards.
Man.
I don't
I don't know, man.
Yo, there's a lot of hateration, holleration.
It's not. It's not.
That's
listen,
hate, yo.
Listen, Aaron J. Blige. It is no
That's hate,
hateration,
man.
holleration in this dancery.
That's hate, bro.
I'm coming from like, yo, bro, they should not. They can't do what they did against.
Wait, time out. This man right here.
They can't do
was
what they
stuck.
did.
He said they shouldn't have won that game.
No.
They should have won that game. Listen, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
Ooh.
Bottom line is we won.
TTT Ballin says Cam Reddish will be the best player out of this draft.
I like Cam, and I feel like he's been overshadowed.
He says if we get number 1, move back and get Reddish. He's the best fit.
He does fit. He does fit too. And I like Reddish a lot. I like his game. He's great. He's a great 3-point shooter. He's a great slasher. So he fits as well.
Right.
And I feel like he's taking the back seat in his role there. And I think he's going to be a problem going into the draft. He's going to be a problem.
To speak to your point about what I said off camera, no, Duke doesn't deserve to be playing tonight because they missed this. They missed the hook. They got the original foul call wrong, and R.J. Barrett pushed off like a motherfucker on the miss. And then the tip was halfway down and out. Everything had that line.
This dude he's searching, wishing, and hoping and praying, man.
Listen, I'm not even North Carolina or Duke fan.
Yeah, you're Connecticut.
I really wanted to see Duke versus UNC,
by the way,
and I'm not gonna see that.
I know it sucks
because UNC, these niggas can't
yeah,
shoot.
They can't, yeah.
The NBA college basketball game right now with these players that's about to go to the league that we talk about, these bitches get the board and they full steam ahead. They like a locomotion engine.
That's why you're seeing a lot of Euro players come over because the Euro players have that ability to shoot. They have the ability.
They have an overall game.
They have it, man. They just have it.
I wish
I
tell you like
that's
this.
why Luka's so.
I wish the European
game translated.
You know what
man?
they need to change? What they need to change?
What's that?
Let the European players who are under the age or whatever else, let them bitches come over and play college basketball. That would help the college game a lot.
That'd be neat.
Because this whole year, you asked me when we first came in.
But hold on, let me say this. But now you're asking guys that are getting paid overseas to
they
come
cannot
over
get
and
paid.
not
No,
get paid.
they got to figure out the pay structure. But
you know what I mean?
You asked me when we walked in, you said you haven't really been following March Madness. I said besides 2 games, it ain't really been shit. The Duke UCF game and the Purdue and Tennessee game last night.
Yeah.
The whole first weekend was pretty much chalk. That was it. Wasn't really a lot of.
There was a couple upsets here and there, but it's. The
Murray State over Marquette in the first round.
This
that was
has been a slow March Madness. This wasn't the March Madness of last year.
And the NCAA has not, for some reason or whatever, they've been probably losing money on this, has not been marketing teams this year.
Nah, they haven't.
They've been marketing players.
Yeah.
Essentially, player.
Well, that's because they got a big fish in the pond. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna market the big fish. That's what they're gonna do. Bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes.
I got Zion got to show it to me, man.
We're at 1 hour and 16 seconds, and in a few minutes, I don't know what time it is right now. I think it's about 9 something. You will be seeing the Duke Blue Devils, and listen, also Virginia, man. I know. Shout out to Jesse. I don't know if he's watching.
That's a team.
They look good, man.
That's a team.
They look tight.
That's not players. That's a team.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They're gonna be scary. If we get there and play them, they're gonna be scary.
Listen, people may not like them because it's a Power 5 school and they on the main line and people think that they uppity and shit.
Who's it, Villanova?
But Villanova, they don't win with players.
Nah, they win as a team.
They win as a team.
Well coached.
Right.
Well coached.
If Zion was Zion, as TA calls him.
TA.
If he was Ben Simmons height,
right,
give you that.
Okay.
But at 6'7", 6'7.5", if that's being generous.
He's 6'7.5".
Dog, you got point guards in the league that's that tall.
Yeah, but it's gonna be he's gonna be matchup problem.
And he's not.
I don't know. He's gonna be matchup problem.
I don't know about
bro.
his long wingspan.
He's got a nice wingspan. He's
nice,
got hops.
Nice. You're not talking about long.
Yeah,
dog.
But think about on the offense. Listen. Think about on the offensive side how much havoc he's gonna create.
Yes.
A guard can't guard him.
Right.
A small forward is gonna have issues with him, and a power forward is gonna have issues with him because he's so quick.
I'm telling you this. My biggest thing.
And powerful.
My biggest thing. And I don't want to wish this. I don't want to wish.
He's talking about Zion again.
I don't want to wish. He's probably watching. He's watching.
He's really talking about my boy Zion, man.
But yo, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
When I look at Zion, this is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound crazy.
Go ahead.
I watched him stand when they was taking free throws. I watched him stand, and I looked at his knees and how they sit.
He's got to lose 15 pounds. I agree with that.
Not even that.
He's got to lose 15
Just
pounds.
in the dog. I hope he don't get hurt. But once he get hurt, it's gone.
Well, let me say this to that.
It's gone.
Let me say this to that. They're going to make whatever team he goes to, they're going to thin him out because right now I think
it's not about weight. I looked at the way he jumps and how his leg is.
How do you fix that? How do you remedy that? How do you elongate your career? Elongate your career by getting stronger and getting leaner. So next year, in the next couple of years, you're going to see the transformation of his body. Because he needs to lose about 15 pounds, easy, 15 pounds. I would say at least 10. Make him more leaner going forward. Go ahead.
TTT Ballin just made my point for me.
Go ahead. What do you say?
He said Zion will be a stronger Draymond with a less of an attitude. If you fucking telling me Draymond Green at number 1, I'm not doing it. If you telling me
he's better than Draymond Green, stop it. Stop it.
If you telling me that, I'm
Stop
good.
it. We're done. We're leaving. Let's put the music on. I'm done. I can't do this.
Don't get mad.
I can't.
Don't get mad because I found somebody else to go in with me.
I cannot believe we're comparing him to. His skills are much better
Bro,
than Draymond.
I don't
Come
see
on,
it
man.
because you know what they're gonna do to him in the
right,
NBA. They're gonna do the same shit they do to Ben. Make him shoot. Now, while he can shoot a little bit better than Ben, while he can shoot a little bit better than Ben, it's still I'll live with that. You're not gonna beat by bully ball to the hole.
You don't think he's a student of the game? You don't think he's looking at my weaknesses? You don't think
no, maybe.
Time out. No, maybe he is. This man is dedicated, bro. This man wakes up at 5 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning.
When you seen this?
He's okay. Do I know my team?
I don't know.
Have I been?
You're not showing me no editorial proof.
Have I been following?
Where is this editorial proof?
Have I been? You see, you questioning my integrity. Yeah, have I been? Don't question my integrity. Have I been following this man for the last 3 years? Yes, I have, and we'll answer for you. I've been watching this man play. I know his regimen. I watch everything he does. I'm a Zion fan. I'm a Zion fan through and through. Zion all day.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Come on, man.
If he can't jump around and all over people and through people, what else he got?
I can't do it no more, TA. I can't.
I'm asking a simple question.
What are you saying?
I said if he can't jump around and jump through people, what else does he bring to the table?
Listen, you're speaking figuratively speaking. You're thinking like, here's my thing. Like I said,
okay,
he's
doing a lot of toe tapping. You're a lot of toe tapping right now.
You're giving me hypothetical. What does he do right now? He can jump right now. He can do all the things he needs to do.
Right.
He's going to get better. He's going to build his game up. He knows that his jumper needs to get better. He's watching film.
So
he's watching what he needs to do going forward. He's going to develop his game better. He's going to get with the Drew Handlers of the world to develop his shot. That stuff he's going to develop, man.
You know what my problem is? And I'm kind of ribbing you here. Is you talk up? Is he a better prospect than Simmons coming out of college? Huh?
It's hard to say that.
Huh?
It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that. That's
because very few people can
question.
do what Ben can do without a jump shot.
Yeah, but
his
you just said it earlier. You said that Zion has a decent jump shot, which he does.
But he don't have the handles and the vision that Ben has, and he's
no.
Okay, he's not gonna have the ball in his hand that much.
But does Ben do the things that he does on the floor as far as getting to the hole, as far as bully balling cats? No. Not like that.
Because Ben is a graceful fucking swan. That's why.
Oh, Ben's a gazelle. He's a big gazelle. But my point is, listen,
that don't shoot, by the way. But I'm just saying,
Zion's a player, man. I mean, listen, he has some holes in his game. I agree with that. But overall, the boy can play, man. He's a real deal.
I'm not saying he can't play,
deal, man.
But
and
these people
and his game's going to translate over to the NBA.
But these people who just think that because you drafted him with the #1 pick, he's going to come in and be NBA ready. That's all I'm saying.
He's going to be NBA ready.
No.
But he's going to have some holes, of course.
I think there's going to be all I'm sitting here saying is I think that Ja Morant, I don't think – all right, put it like this.
All right, let me ask you this. Does Ja Morant need to get stronger? Yes.
Yeah, but Zion's not going to win Rookie of the Year. That's all I'm going to say. If he wins Rookie of the Year, it's solely a fucking popularity contest because I don't think he's going to have the biggest impact on the team outside of putting asses in seats. I'm talking about on the floor, on the court for a team as a rookie.
New York, yeah, I disagree. New York's going to be much
because
better.
New York is not going to have nothing but him.
New York's going to have a much better team with him. I mean, they're going to add some pieces. Of course they're going to add some pieces.
How? We talking about fucking James Dolan.
Well, he's an idiot. I agree with that. I do agree with that. But with this regime,
that's a part of me too. But I don't even want him to go there. I don't want him to have to deal with that shit.
With this general manager, I can't think of his name offhand. With this regime, they're a lot smarter. They're not going to make the same mistakes a lot of the other regime made. Other couple regimes that actually made out of New York. They're a lot smarter. They think clearer, and they're thinking about the future of the team. They're not like the Phil Jacksons and some of the other idiot GMs they had. So it's a different regime, man. I'm telling you, the New York Knicks, along with Zion Williamson, will be back within the next couple of years. The league wants it. The league's going to have it, and then you're going to see what I say come to fruition.
He said you're going to see what I say when it come to fruition.
Absolutely. 9:39, people.
Would you be feeling the same way if Zion went to North Carolina?
You're still coming at it. You're just circling back.
No, I just don't.
You're circling. You just got there's something down inside you, man. That's really because there's a hateration.
You can't because you know why.
All right, we gotta go, man.
We'll get out of here. You know why I'm like this?
1 hour and 23 minutes. Go ahead.
It's because Zion has been forced down my fucking throat.
See, there it is. That's the root.
That's
hate.
TA, am I lying? Like, before this bitch played game at Duke.
Family.
It was Zion.
This is an example of hate. Right here, Peter Evans. Peter Washington Evans, hateration. Holleration in his dancery. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't
That's all I'm
do
gonna
it.
say. He's just there's a lot of hate, man.
And I'm tired of seeing Coach K in that fucking nose. And then they treat R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish like they
Yo, this
shit.
dude is funny.
All right, man, I'm out. Because listen, hold up, time out.
Yo, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Listen, when Zion was out, they was making it seem like R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish wasn't shit when they was the top 3 prospects as well. So what are you going to do to an NBA team? It took 25 games for 2 players that came in just as highly touted as Zion to become so self-dependent on this dude that when he wasn't playing, they wasn't doing shit.
Listen, man, he's the glue to the team, man. He's the glue to the team.
Somebody need to glue his damn shoes. I'm out of here, man.
9:39. Watch my boys all day. Holla.